This month in May, I had to go to my brother's murder trial. My brother was murdered in 2024 of April 29th. He was schizophrenic and he developed schizophrenia when he was 19. And he was wrongfully imprisoned for allegedly stealing a pack of cigarettes. He was in jail because he kept breaking bail and going out. So he was in there until he was waiting for his trial, and he was murdered by his inmate at Toronto Detention Center South. I don't know how I feel about it. I feel like in my grief of grieving my schizophrenic, mentally ill brother, a lot of people were insensitive. I think that people think that just because he was schizophrenic that he didn't matter to me or my family. But that's not true. Honestly, in the beginning stages of schizophrenia for him, he was a lot to deal with. And there was a day where he ran away from home. And I was so fed up with him, I was like, I hope he doesn't come back. And my sister-in-law said, "You don't mean that." And I was like, "Yeah, I do." And she was like, "If he doesn't come back, you're going to feel it in your bones. You're going to feel it in your blood." And then 3 days passed and he didn't come back home. And I cried. And I prayed to Allah and I said, "Please bring him home." And when he walked in the house the next day, I wasn't wearing any shoes. And I was just so happy to see him. You know? I've only ever lived at home. I moved out for work for a little bit. But that was just for COVID. I had a COVID job. I spent my whole life with him. When he developed schizophrenia, he lost all his friends. And it was hard for him to connect with people. He was living a lonely life. But, he was still important to me and my family. When we went to the murder trial, we found out that the person who killed him had schizocytosis and was found NCR, not criminally responsible, because he was mentally unwell. Apparently, he thought that my brother had demons in him or something and that he was going to kill him and his family. So he felt like he had to kill him first. And he attacked him from behind and he started beating him. And then he pressed the emergency alarm button in the room twice to get the guards to try to stop him. But they didn't show up. And at one point, they had video evidence of a guard walking by the room. I didn't even bother to look in and see that my brother was being murdered. By the time they did find him, he was comatose. My parents were in Somalia. My dad had anxiety. He always thought that if he left us alone, that something bad would happen. He would always say, "If I ever left this house, will fall apart." And we convinced him to take a vacation with my mom to Somalia because he's old and she's old and they needed a break. And when we found out that my brother was in a coma, we didn't know what to do. The first day we didn't call them. We were optimistic. Maybe he'll wake up. The doctor said he was brain dead and that he was going to die soon. And then we needed to call our parents immediately. So I had to call them. I had to FaceTime them. I had to show them their son dying in a coma. I had to hear them screaming and crying and bleeding. And then 2 days later, they came home. And we all stood around his hospital bed and watched him die. And I have to live with that for the rest of my life. His room is right over there. Every day I walk past it. Every day I exist with my family, knowing that we are missing a member. And it's all because of Toronto Detention Center South. I ask a lot to make it easier for us. But sometimes injustice, it can make you think that the world just doesn't care about you. And it's hard. But I just wanted to tell this story to the world. I felt like even if I only get one view, at least someone will hear what we had to go through. Rest in peace. Rest in peace, brother.